Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Aphrodite, and I welcome you to my channel. Today, I do have a message coming in the form of a dream. So, as much as this is a message for you, this is also a very personal reading and message for myself. So you may find that I am switching back and forth between talking to you and about your own situation to more so talking in the first person, because I am working my way through this message through my own personal lens as well. However, I do know that others are facing this as well, simply because of the times we are currently living in and the energy that is currently present. And if you watch some of my other videos and other messages, I spoke on how you would be tested again before you walk into this new beginning. And it's crazy because I've been posting a lot of positive energy and what's coming in for not just myself, but the collective as a whole, right? And it's like shortly enough, right after I posted those, I had a dream about this person still, because I also had this underlying layer of, I was telling people that there was this underlying layer of someone doing spell work or attempting to get back into your energy and back into your good graces. And so yes, like I said, I'm going to be talking from my own personal lens. And these cards are simply here as confirmation. I got this message from my dream, but this is very, very confirming. And when I started shuffling, and cards started falling out, I was just like, thank you for confirming. I was like, I didn't really need the confirmation, but I appreciate y'all for confirming. And so I'm not going to spend too much time on this video. I want to take my time, but I don't want to spend too much time focusing on karmic energy. Okay. So let me see how many cards I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Perfect. And the reason why I say perfect is because 19 breaks down to the number 10, which is going to give us to the number 1. And it's crazy because today is the 6th, April 6th, and this is a card that I had put out shuffling. And I had this dream on the 5th, right? Which was a numerical 8 day, and 8 is all about karmic cycles. Someone here could also be a life path 8, right? You could be an alchemist, a healer. You can also be someone who walks into people's lives and you are there to teach them a karmic lesson. You can either come into their lives and be a catapult for their success and abundance and growth, or you can be a catapult to their karma. And for this particular person that I am picking up on, who's trying to get back into your energy, you were definitely sent into their life to be of healing and to activate them into their higher power. But because they chose not to follow down the path that was going to lead them into greater heights when it came to their gifts and abundance, etc., they have now walked into a karmic path, okay? And they are attempting to get back into your graces to basically change their fate, and it is not working. But before I get too ahead of myself, the other thing about today's date, it is April 6th, a Saturday. Now, Saturday is Saturn, which is all about karmic justice, okay? And yes, all about karmic justice. So it is not only April 6th, which is also Saturn. The 6th planet from the sun is Saturn. So we have the 6th falling on a Saturday. So like I said, there was this underlying layer of someone attempting to do spell work. But the thing with spell work, and when you are trying to do spells, especially against someone and against their will, you have to make sure that they do not have great will power, because that is the only way a spell can work. When someone does not have control over their own mind or their own self, their own meaning and how they identify. When they do not have a strong identity, then perhaps, spell work could work. But it's like you have to do your homework when you are playing in things that you know nothing, absolutely nothing about. And that is this person that I'm picking up on. This is a person who is very reckless. Very, very reckless. This is someone who you would consider a high level narcissist. And when I say high level narcissist, I mean this person is so narcissistic that they almost do not know of their own narcissism, right? This is someone who can come off very charming. As you see, we do have the snake card out, and we also have 666 in reverse. Now, normally I don't take 666 to be the devil card. However, because it came out in reverse, we're going to take it as such. And we also have the snake card here, which is also, you know, the snake is in its highest form is a dragon. But here, you know, the snake in its lowest form is underdeveloped power, right? It is power that is not being used to its full potential. It's someone who operates in their lower frequency and lower energy. Okay, so that is how we're going to take it. So this is someone who can be very charming. When I talk about high level narcissists, it's someone who's very charming, very intellectual. They know how to talk to you. They know the points, you know, to make you feel like you're really connecting with this person, right? They know how to they know how to use their charm and their wits, but they maintain a certain level of distance, especially if you are someone who is highly empathic, but also if you have strong boundaries. They keep you at a certain distance as to not necessarily keep you at bay, but almost themselves, right? Because one thing about them is they don't like to feel. And the reason why they don't like to feel is because it would require them to release control, because then they would have to then give control to their emotions and their feelings. And when they cannot control their own emotions, that means they can also not control you, and they cannot control the situation, which is what narcissism is all about. They have this facade of, you know, having this very, very strong presence and strong level of confidence. But the thing about a narcissism is that they have none of that, and they rely on the validation of others, you know, to heighten their ego. And that is what a weak ego is. Okay, someone who is overconfident, or tries to, is like very showy almost, in a way. Like they have to convince themselves that they are something, because truly they do not believe it. And the only way that it's like they get their power from making you feel like they truly feel inside, right? And they have a way of being charming, and not necessarily, it's like they know certain things that you could potentially be insecure about. They pick at little things to make you feel, you know, bad about yourself, or less about yourself, right? And when that doesn't work, sorry, I'm moving my incense over. When that doesn't work, this person is then going to withdraw. And it's crazy because, so I have a video about, you know, mastering your reality through lucid dreaming. And in that video, there is a clip of there's a basketball clip in there. And the guy is basically, he's on the offensive, right? And he is in control of the momentum that they are going in. So the person on defense loses balance because they're trying to keep up with the momentum. But as soon as they catch onto this momentum, this person breaks the momentum, right? They break the rhythm that it's going in. And that's this person. And it's like, one thing about me, okay, and one thing about people with empathy, okay? So a narcissist, they do pay a great deal of attention, but because they are so fixated on their own ego and so fixated on themselves, remain in control of themselves, there's a lot of things that they miss. Because the thing about an empathetic person, a person who truly sees someone, as much as you can see their light, you can also see their darkness. But you accept them for it, right? Which means you know all their strengths, you know all of their weaknesses, and you know how they move, because you are a person, you want to learn people so that you can love them, right? Which means you also know what can break them. And so if you wanted to, if you so chose to feed on their darkness and feed on their weaknesses, you could send them to a place that they would never return. You understand what I mean? You could literally break someone with mere words. Okay, you could crush their soul and send them into the very pits of hell if you so chose to. So Okay, let me get it together. But yes, how do I want to put this into words? Because like I said, I'm going to take my time, but I ain't going to spend too much time on this reading. Okay. And I also want you guys to know, because I am going to focus, because you do have two people here. We have two people here. We have this person from the past who sees your new beginning coming in, who sees you doing great and wonderful and realizes just what they missed out on, right? Trying to get back into your energy. But it's not going to work, because you see we have illusions here in the reverse. We have illusions here in the reverse. So it's like whatever was hidden before, like maybe how about, or maybe because of how you may have felt about this person, that is in reverse. You are no longer seeing into illusions. Like we are past the illusions. We also have owls out here. We have owls, which is, an owl represents a great teacher, is also a shaman, and a person of great wisdom. That is this. That is you. I'm saying this is you, the person who is, moving into greater heights, embodying your god or goddess power right now. Okay. We also have Neptune here ruling dreams. Okay. And it's also ruled by the number 8. So someone could have a Pisces moon. And someone also could have a Leo moon, or you could have Leo in the 8th house or Pisces in the 8th house. And I'll tell you one thing about Leo in the 8th house is it's like the 8th house is all about taboos, right? It's all about what's hidden. And Leo is ruled by the sun, which means it's literally casting light on everything that is hidden. Okay, so you are seeing things very, very clearly right now. Also, we have the name Mariah out here, which means the land of Yahweh, and God is my teacher. So you are someone who is guided by the divine, a higher source, higher knowledge. Whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, is the driving force of your life. That is what you are driven by. Okay. We also have the Star of David here, which is I always say, it is like a cloak of protection is what the Star of David represents. Okay. It is also a very balancing energy between all of the elements. And this is you. You are embodying this person who has mastered the elements. And because you have mastered the elements in these different energies, you are very, very highly protected. Okay. Owls is also, I also connect to your ancestors. So your ancestors are also guiding you, right? And your ancestors are also there to fight for you. Now, you'll also see that I have the continue on card. I have the continue on card here. And this was from another dream that I had, and it was about this lady who was telling her twin, or her someone that she was married to, I don't know, someone, a loved one or whatever, she was telling them to continue on, and she fell back. Now, in that dream, she had on a red dress. Okay, she had on a red dress. And when I thought about red, I thought about like the red string of fate, okay? And ironically, I am burning my red dragon's blood incense today. So it's like this person is trying to hold on to you because, like I said, they're trying to change their fate. Now, Monday is the eclipse, right? And it is going to be on the 8th of April, and it is falling on a Monday. Okay, so moon energy is going to be very heavy. But like I said, the number 8 in Egyptian astrology is also attached to Leo. So things are going to be very, very highly illuminated. It is also because it is a time of transition, and the sun and moon are literally aligning with each other perfectly. It is a great time for you guys to do cord cuttings. Okay, cut this person off. I also want to say, because another message that came in my dream is that this is a two-headed snake. Okay, so this is someone who may watch you from secret accounts that you don't know about. This could also be someone who has a friend keeping an eye on you. This could also be someone that you may have a mutual friend with. And now what I'll say about this mutual friend, that if you are a close friend of theirs, they are still in this, they are a very understanding person, and I will say that there are certain things that they cannot see past. So do not blame them for what they cannot see, because I don't know if there's going to be a reason for you to have to be in close proximity to this person again, because there was like this large event going on. There was like a large event There was a big cake and a lot of there was just a lot going on. Okay. So don't blame this person, because one thing, when I saw her in my dream, she wasn't making eye contact, and I couldn't figure out why she wasn't making eye contact. But there's been a couple of times where she's been in my dream and I've gotten iffy energy. Okay, iffy energy. Now, but I can take that two ways. I can take that as this person simply, there are simply things that this person cannot see. I can also take that to mean that this person who's trying to get back into your energy, because I also had, whenever I see shapeshifters in my dream, I know that someone is trying to tap into my energy. But because they are blocked out of my energy, the only way that they can come into my energy is through other people. Okay? So, but I always know, because there was a woman in my dream. There was a woman in my dream, and she had 2 kids. Now, at first, it was a white lady. It was a white lady originally, okay? And I noticed that a bunch of my channel messages were cut up, and there was this little girl. She was a baby. She was a baby, and she was cutting up my cards. Now, the thing is, they were cut in almost perfect squares, and she was entirely too young to be able to cut these cards up in such a way, right? So I'm like, okay, something is off, right? I'm like, something is off. And she just kept coming back. Like, and I love children. I almost flung her across the floor. Okay. Like, I almost flung her. I didn't. I politely put her down, but I almost flung her across the room. Okay. That's how much, like, this person just kept trying. And so when I walked over to her mother, right, and I noticed on the floor there were purple oracle cards, and they had this native tribe on there. So once again, your ancestors are protecting you, they are guiding you. However, this person is trying to block your crown chakra, and they are trying to block your third eye from seeing. But like I said, that is not working, because you are someone who has already evolved into your god or goddess frequency and power. You see very clearly, and once your crown chakra has been opened, it cannot be closed. So, like, it can't be closed. So yes, when I went over there to talk to her, like, she was almost asking me, to join her. But like I said, the mother, she shapeshifted. Like, she changed ethnicities right before my eyes. So I'm like, whenever I see shapeshifting going on in my dreams, I know that someone's trying to tap into my energy. I also know when someone is speaking on my name. One thing about people who are operating in a god or goddess frequency, who are very aware of their own energy, you know when someone else is tapping into your energy. If you are speaking on my name, if you are doing spells that, once again, you know absolutely nothing about, and tapping into magic that you know nothing about, I'm going to be the first one to know about it. And when I think of empathy, right, because like I said, we have Pisces out here. When I think of empathy, because narcissists, they can only get over on people who are very empathetic, right? And when I think about empathy, I think of the elephant. And the elephant is a very, very strong and big creature, but they have so much love, and they are so kind to all beings around them. But one thing is, they will go to war with any animal in the jungle. They do not care, right? But they also move off of feeling. They move off of how the earth feels beneath their feet. You understand what I mean? Like, they can recognize patterns in the earth. They study patterns of the people around them. And I've been studying people my entire life. Okay. They also have eyes on the sides of their heads, right? And I have a tattoo on my back that literally forms an elephant. I didn't do that on purpose. It just naturally happened. So it's like, when I say that I have eyes everywhere, I do mean that I have eyes everywhere. Because even when you think of a blind person, right, who does not have the sight of their eyes, but they have the sight of feeling, if that makes sense. They read based on feeling, right? They know how to get to places based on feeling, based on using their other senses. And that is you, the viewer, okay? So like I said, let this be a reading and a message, but also let this be an example. Because like I said, I know that this person watches me, and I know that they have people watching me, and I want them to know that I see them. I see you very clearly. have always saw you very clearly. However, like I said, I am a person who moves from my heart and I operate from my heart, which means I move from understanding, which means I am very slow to wrath. But you do not want to take me to that place, nor am I going to let you, because frankly, you are not worth it. Any person who is operating from their ego, who has a very negative relationship with control and order in their own life, they will literally drive themselves off of the cliff on their own. You don't even need to get your hands dirty. I'm like, at this point, my ancestors don't need to get their hands dirty either. However, they will if need be. But I don't think that is going to be the case in this scenario, because like I said, this person is going to self-destruct. Okay. Yes, I'm like, at this point, okay. So the other thing is, I feel like, because the thing about, so psychic attacks, right? Because like I said, this person is trying to block your third eye and your crown chakra. So the thing about psychic attacks is you will try to send certain negative thoughts to a person, right? Because this person is very highly spiritually gifted, okay? But they use their gifts for bad. And the reason why I know that they're very spiritually gifted is because they slipped up a few times. Like I said, I'm very, very attentive to detail, okay? And they've slipped up a few times. So early on, they told me about how they, knew how to astral project and different things about meditation, right? Like, this person definitely taught me some things, okay? Both directly and indirectly. They definitely taught me some things, and I ain't gonna take that away from them. I do, like I said, anybody who comes up against me or who does me wrong, I always thank them for the practice. Like thank you. I'll give you that. Thank you. If you need a thank you, I will go ahead and give you a thank you. But yes, so where they slipped up was telling me about different gifts they had, right? And so one night I felt an energy in my house, right? I felt the energy in my house. And I remember telling them about that. And like they recognized gifts in me also. They had a way of trying to conceal certain things, trying to play off like they didn't know certain things. But like I said, I'm a very attentive person to everything, down to the way you breathe, okay? Down to the way you breathe, down to the pauses in between your responses. I am attentive to everything. When I say I've been studying people my whole life and lifetimes before that, baby, I mean it. So this person, there was one particular night though that I laid down to go to sleep, and I noticed a shadow in my house, right? I noticed a shadow in my house. And I was like, I looked, because sometimes, you can see things and it's literally nothing. It's just an object that looks a little obscure. This was not an obscure object. This was literally a spirit in my house. And this is the first time I had ever seen a spirit visibly. Now, this person was cloaked in all black. And I do honestly believe that this was Papa Legba. But the thing is, you don't understand. And I'm going to get to it. But because there is a card here. There's a card here. And this is the viewer's energy. That is, hold on, y'all. Can't pick it up. But there's a card here. And if you can see it, this is the moon card, okay? And if you see, there are two people, right? Two gatekeepers there. And you can see it's literally, there's literally like a straight line here, which is like the underworld. And then it is this other world that almost kind of looks like heaven, if you want to call it that, right? But it is definitely two different realms. And it is like, when you have the keys to both realms, right? It means that you also have the keys to the underworld. And it also means that both good spirits and evil spirits have to answer to you, right? And so the thing about me is that I don't fear spirits. I don't fear dark spirits, because I know that I have dominion over them, right? It's like when you have mastered your own shadows, you've mastered any other demon that tries to come up against you. So I was laying down, right? And because I tried to just ignore it, I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna go to sleep, right? And then so I felt this spirit come and it sat on me and it started to whisper into my ear. Now, one thing about me that makes me a fighter in the spirit realm is that I don't like to be touched. I don't like anybody touching me. I don't like anyone in my personal space that I did not give permission to be in my space. So immediately I started fighting back and I told this spirit to get off of me. I told it to get off of me. And as soon as I did, it disappeared, right? Now, and it's crazy because like I said, I was not asleep. This wasn't like a moment of sleep paralysis. This was before I even closed my eyes to go to bed. And after that, I literally felt like I was falling down a tunnel as if, like literally as if a portal to both worlds were being opened. And so, yeah, it's crazy because like my family, I have ties to Louisiana. I have ties to, Choctaw and Creole blood. So it's like I said, you really have to do your homework because you don't even realize the different spirits that I work with and the different spirits that work with me. So, and the different spirits that are protecting me. So it's like, I told this person about it, right? I told them about it. I didn't tell them anything about what this person had on. I just told them I had an encounter with the spirit. And they went out of their way to say, was he dressed in all black? And I said, you've been practicing or you've been playing in witchcraft? And there was a pause. There was a pause before the response. But he said, no. But I always, like I said, I pay attention to everything. I don't give anyone the benefit of the doubt. And I am keeping a tally mark of everything, okay? Because one thing about me, I don't strike until needed. And I do not strike until I have enough evidence. But one thing about this person is that they are very sloppy. And when they are very sloppy, everyone on their team is sloppy. Because like I said, this is a two-headed snake. And so in my dream, there was a mutual friend that I went to school with, but I have never spoken to this person. But his name has been mentioned a few times, both by this person and the mutual friend of mine. And so I realized that I'm like, this person is always in my views, but not only are they always in my views, but they're always at the top of my views. Now, where they messed up recently, like I said, this person was in my dream and they kept trying to sweet talk me. And I don't even know how the person that I'm speaking of, as far as this high level narcissist, I don't even understand how their name got mentioned, but this person kept on trying to like touch me and console me. And I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, why are you even involved in this situation, right? And I just felt this uncomfortable feeling, and my dream self almost got sucked into it. But I was like, my conscious self that was watching me, because it was like I was me but not me at the same time. Like my conscious self said, okay, I'm seeing everything, and I feel like the reason why I had to feel what I was feeling is so that it could tell me that I do know what I'm talking about, and this other source has been identified. But I'm gonna tell you where he messed up, because like I said, if you sloppy, everybody on your team is going to be sloppy as well. So I posted something recently about when you are doing better, people from your past are going to try to reemerge. Now, that particular video that I posted was the only one that he liked, okay? It was the only one that he liked. And he's liked some other things that I've paid attention to, but this specifically stuck out to me, okay? It stuck out like a sore thumb, and I definitely took note of it. So when they appeared in my dream, right? And not only did they appear in my dream, but there was an older voice, this wise woman. And it was just a voice. And they said, that's the friend. They said, that's the friend of the evil king. And I'm like, okay, the two-headed snake, right? Because it's not just one head, it's two heads of the snake. And the other way they messed up is by telling me, right? I knew that there was a group chat involving me. And it's like, the reason why this person left is because they knew that I could not be manipulated. They also knew that I paid extreme close attention to detail. And I also have a great way of bringing someone's walls down, which also makes me a great warrior. It's like if I wanted to be a manipulative person, I could, but that's not me. Okay, it ain't me. I'm gonna keep my hands clean as long as I have to. But please understand, do not take my kindness for weakness. Do not take my strength and do not take my discipline for weakness, because it ain't that. If I wanted to end you, I could with mere words. I don't even have to lift a finger. So, honestly, I think I am kind of done on that. I will say that though, like, if you are feeling paranoia about, certain friends, if you're someone who maybe still has trouble battling with things of this nature, then you, like I said, you need to do a cleansing and you need to do a cord cutting as well. Okay, but you really need to focus on your third eye and your crown chakra, also your sacral chakra. Okay, someone here could be a Scorpio moon or a Taurus moon. Someone could also be a Scorpio sun or a Taurus sun. Yeah, so Taurus energy is here, Scorpio energy is here, Pisces energy is out here, Leo energy is out here. Anything else? Aries energy is out here. But yes, also we have Sumerian here, which is like Sumerian are warriors. Okay, so whoever is viewing this, not the karmic narcissist, but whoever is viewing this, like, you are a warrior in the spirit. You are also highly favored. I do have tattoos here, so maybe someone could have a tattoo. You could have a tattoo of the Star of David. I'm not sure, but there's something very significant about your tattoos, and you should study your tattoos, okay? Because one thing about tattoos is they do invoke, and tattoos are a form of ritual, okay? Because you are literally mixing ink and blood, okay? So it is a form of ritual, and it is very, like, you can even study the practice of tattoos in like ancient Egyptian culture, etc. Now, I also out here, another thing that I wanted to point out is because we have Leo energy here again, but I also had a card that came out in reverse, right? I had a card that came out in reverse, and it was the sun in reverse. So it's like this person is like a bad seed, right? They're just a rotten seed. But also I have down here twins, one boy, one girl, which was one of my prophecy cards. And in the dream, it's crazy because one of the cards that were cut up it had the word prophecy. Like, I could tell that it said prophecy on it, right? So it's like this person is trying to prohibit something that is already destined, but you can't, because it's divine timing. Like, it's something that's meant to happen, okay? And then we also have the yin yang card in Lady Soul by the Temptations, and this is the new energy that is coming in for you, okay? This is the new energy for you. You've already released this person. From what I can tell, you've released this person, okay? If you are someone who is like me, you've released this person. You have no ties to them. You don't really care about them, but because they ask for attention, baby, we're gonna give it to them, okay? And then after this last time, it's like you can go ahead and self-destruct, because I could care less. Yes, and it's like you are this butterfly, right? It's like you have transformed, right, so much from this caterpillar to this butterfly, right? And you are really, like, you are so in tune with your intuition, but because you have learned to balance your emotions, right, which is what the sacral chakra is all about, you've learned to balance your emotions. So it's like your emotions do not run how you view things. You're very able to detach from a situation and see things very, very clearly, okay? So I want to get into this energy of, okay, so this was the past person's energy, your energy, and this is the new person's energy. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not even going to spend too much time, but okay, we have 5 here, right? And it's about strife. So this is the strife card, ruled by number 5, which again is Leo, which is very, very heavy on ego. Now, the ego is not a bad thing because the ego represents your sense of self. But the thing about this person is they don't have no sense of self. And because they don't have control over you any longer, and because what they did to you did not destroy you, they pissed off about it. And their own anger is going to destroy them. Because here we do have number 8, interference, right? But if you are a person, like I said, you could be a life path 8, you could be an alchemist, right? And it's like this interference is not going to, it's not going to transpire, because like I said, we're in a time where karma is being reversed, basically. So anything someone puts out is going to return right back to them. You cannot interfere on something that is already divinely orchestrated. Okay, so like I'm not gonna spend too much time. And then we have 5. Now you'll see this is swords, right? So in this card is defeat, and you'll see a bunch of swords. Now this is forming Baphomet. Right now, Baphomet represents balance, but you'll see here that the sword with the crown on it is pointing downwards, right? So it's like they literally, because they did not know how to balance, right? They didn't know how to balance between the head and the heart, because we also at the top we have Venus here, right? And it's like you killed this person with kindness and love, and that is one thing that a narcissist is going to hate, right? Because they cannot control someone who just literally, they didn't, your heart didn't shatter, but it's like your love shattered this person. Your unconditional, unwavering love, your pure heart literally shattered this person, okay? And because they cannot balance between their ego and their heart, and because they cannot rise into this higher frequency, because control is so much more important to them, you'll see all this broken glass, and you'll also see all of this kind of looks like smoke up here to me, right? They are fuming. And because they are fuming at their lack of control, and honestly at their own mistakes that they made, like now they are literally self-destructing, okay? So that's this past person's energy. And then I'm going to get into your energy here, right? Which we already talked about this card. So you literally hold the gate or the keys to both realms. You can enter into any realm at any time, right? Because of who you are. And also, so the moon represents what's hidden. It's like you can see what's hidden, right? It's like you don't even like, because sometimes we get a lot of like messages through our dreams and stuff, but you don't even need to be asleep to know, right? You don't need to be asleep. It's at this point like you are literally, you are sleeping while wide awake. You are dreaming while wide awake. That is how powerful you are, and how tapped into your own intuition you are, okay? So that's you. And then we also have the change card. And so once again, 8 is alchemy. This card is ruled by Capricorn. We also have the number 2. So I already talked about the sacral chakra. You're also, like I said, balancing through the different elements. Okay. You're taking all these lessons. And you are literally, this is like, because we have a snake here, right? But it has a crown on top. So you've literally alchemized everything that you've been through. You've taken everything that you've been through, and you've made it, you've let it make you stronger, okay? You've let it make you stronger, and you have not let that change who you are on a core level, right? Which is why you've been able to rise into this God frequency rather than crumbling and staying at this low vibrational frequency, okay? So yes, change. Yes, it's like you learned how to adapt to change, right? Because it's like releasing attachment, right? And detaching from this person, because they definitely did have some sort of hold on you before, right? Because one thing about them is that they know how to create illusions, right? And that's why illusions is in reverse here, okay? They know how to create illusions. So, and then also here we have the works card, right? Ruled by the number 3. Now you'll see that also we have Capricorn energy here, right? And right here, it kind of, to me, it looks like, the steering wheel, like on a boat. It literally looks like that, right? And then we have Mars energy, which is where Capricorn energy exalts. Capricorn is usually the devil card, right? But it's like, the devil is just the lower frequency of the God energy or Christ energy, right? And so Mars is the planet of I am. And because you are so sure of who you are, and you are operating in your destiny at this point. And because you are operating in your destiny, it is literally clearing everything out of your path for you, okay? So it is like you are operating in your divinity at this time, and everything is coming into completion for you. Everything is coming into fruition, okay? Okay, so that's your energy. Now, this new person's energy, okay? So, first card right here is we have Prince of Discs, okay? Now, you'll see here, it's like, it is, I'm pretty sure that's a bull, okay? Bull, which we think of Taurus. So, this person could be a Taurus sun, but also this person, like, is ready for war, looks like, right? This person looks like he's ready for war. But this is a person, obviously, a prince is new to certain things, right? So, you might think that, you know, it's one of those things where it's like looks can be deceiving, right? This looks like someone who's almost like not ready to fight, even though they're armed up, they're not ready to fight, right? So it looks like they would kind of almost lose this battle. But then you have the Ace of Wands and you have the Knight of Wands, right? And it's like this is fire energy. So this person could have fire in their chart, but it's like they are someone who is very slow to wrath, right? Very slow to wrath, very patient. And it's almost like they know when they need to fight and when they don't need to fight. And this is kind of like this person is going to protect you. They are going to be very, very protective over you. And it's like, this is someone who is very, very strong, right? So it's like, looks can be deceiving. This is also someone who is a magician, okay? They're a magician. So they know how to create illusions, but it's like the illusions that they create, it's almost like it's not an illusion because it's really that they are just operating in one energy at a time. They know how to move between different energies, right? So they know how to operate in an energy when it is time to operate in that energy. Literally, because I talked about like shifting gears in a car. That is what this is giving, right? They know how to shift correctly, okay? They know how to shift through their energies correctly. So yeah, this is going to be someone who literally, like, if need be, no questions asked. Like, if they gotta fight, they're going to fight, okay? I'm getting that this is definitely a twin flame soul connection, okay? Lady soul, yes, like this is how they feel about you, etc. Honestly, I'm trying to think if I left anything out. This is so great. Only 42 minutes. I don't think I left anything out. I think for the most part, I got everything, yes. But you are so protected at this time. Do not be paranoid about the people around you, okay? Because anyone that you know and love, like, I feel like they do have good intentions. This person wants you to believe and be paranoid about everyone around you, but stay out of that paranoia mindset. You know who you are, etc. And do not pay them any mind, honestly. And even if you are a person who watches different tarot readers, if someone keeps talking about this karmic narcissist and you know you moved on from them, stop watching their videos. One thing I can't stand, I'll be so quick to block somebody off of my feed because I'm like, okay, like, I'm gonna let you talk to these people, and they're like, well, I could stop tapping into it if y'all would stop talking to these narcissists. And it's like, how about you as a reader take some accountability and maybe stop doing karmic reads? How about just don't focus on the energy? The only reason why I focused on it today is because I'm like, okay. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to be a little petty. So I decided to be a little petty today. Because I'm like, yeah, I want you to know that I see you. I see things before they happen. So yeah, like I said, you're not gonna catch me off guard, because this one thing about this person is they like to challenge, okay? And the problem with people who like to challenge things is that they let their desire for challenge and winning override them, okay? And that was the problem with the devil, right? Or the lower frequency or energy of God. So yeah, we ain't even gonna waste our time on them no more. I hope y'all got something from this message. You have so many great blessings coming in for you. You're walking into your new life. And really, literally, the wheel of fortune is turning. Okay, so like I said, April 8th, Monday, if you want to do a cord cutting ritual, please do that. And yes, like, literally, it's gonna be such a powerful eclipse, literally, for the collective on a whole. So anyone doing spell work, it's literally, it ain't gonna work. It's going to backfire. So let this be a warning to you and anyone doing spell work. It's going to backfire so bad. So it's like, either you can go ahead and take the L now, you know, and make the best out of whatever you got left, or you can go ahead, keep trying and keep racking up karma for yourself. But we over here, we gonna keep our hands clean, but we gonna keep our ancestors' hands clean if we can. But like I said, we stay ready. Okay, so have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.